Evolution, the biggest lie ever told. And the reason why this is the biggest lie ever told is because nothing on this planet ever evolved. Everything comes from one or two origins, right? You either have undergone genetic engineering and introgression, or you come from biogenetic processes, right? You come from the splitting of atoms, the splitting of cells, right? So let's see. Let's see how this goes. Let me put it on this panel. Let's start out with 6. All right. And we'll see. We'll see how the algorithm goes with this. But yeah, I did just see the people that was in the DMs about the list. I will get that out to y'all for sure. I had like 5 people that was in there. So I'll get that out and get it posted. And we'll go from there, y'all. Welcome back. Greetings, gratitude. If you agree with what's on the screen, request up. Right? Oh, facts. Okay. All right. I got y'all. Welcome in. Look, if this is your first time, I hope they push this in the algorithm good so you can really see, you know what I'm saying, how this conversation goes. Oh boy, what was the reason why you requested up?
I'm sorry, I thought it was a topic to talk about. Have a good night.
It was a topic to talk about. The fuck, see? You already seen it. Ancient. You finna see it for real. That right there, genetic expression. He trying to be funny. Oh, I thought this was something to talk about. Have a good night. Nigga, it is. All right? Y'all are not genetically or biologically connected to this planet, right? This is 5th grade science. You're not natural. He trying to be funny, so I thought it was something to talk about. Blah, blah, blah. Like, it is. The number one question in the world is how haploids went from haploids to diploids, right? Where did the eukaryotic cell come from? Scientists are going frantic every day trying to figure out how the eukaryotic cell got on the planet. He did. He ran fast. Dahlia, come up and talk to me about the evidence that you have, right? Because what I've seen is that the theory suggests that there's prokaryotes and eukaryotes in existence, but we've never seen the engulfment. So I like to see what evidence you're talking about, because a lot of y'all don't understand the evidence you're looking at. They said, why do you think giraffes have a long neck? Did giraffes evolve into another species? Did a giraffe evolve into a dog? Have we ever seen dogs turn into cats? Naturally. They like playing, man. They just like playing. And John, you have a picture of a cat. Do you know how much percentages of DNA that y'all share with cats? Keyboard warriors. See what I'm saying? Keyboard warrior. My bad. Accidentally slid out of the app. Yeah, I'll wait as long as I have to. Because I was live earlier today and everybody on the panel was just trying to prove their existence so bad. You see what I'm saying? I would love for y'all to tell me how y'all are natural when y'all are getting smacked by the fucking sun right now. How come y'all can't synthesize something as natural as the sun? Why is the sun tapping that ass if you're natural and you're the same as me? That's what I want to know. Vimes,
Why would you
what's the reason why
synthesize?
you requested up? Evolution is the biggest lie ever told. How do you feel about the prompt?
Sorry, I was just synthesizing the sun thing. Do you think natural things are all good for you? Do you think all natural things are good for you?
Are all natural things? Look, is the
Like
sun
arsenic is
with,
natural,
hold
right?
on for a second. You're not going to come up here and have your own discussion about whatever it is. Evolution is the biggest lie ever told. How do you feel about the prompt?
Oh, an
Oh,
insane statement.
Bro, you're asking me, do I think all natural things are good? What natural things are you talking about?
Well, you said synthesize the sun, yeah? Don't you think
Mm-hmm.
natural things can have bad outcomes on you? Water's natural, but I can't have too much water or I drown, right?
That's not evolution, and that bar is none in this conversation. Y'all can't take the sun. Like, what are you talking
What
about?
do you mean
Water? You're
can't
trying to
take the
make it
sun?
about water, but evolution is talking about climatology, right? Evolution is talking about the climate. So let's talk about the
Well, no,
sun. Let's
evolution
talk
is
about
all
weather. Let's
environments.
talk about how weather affects your DNA and how it breaks it down from the inside out.
What do you
Photocarcinogenesis, 1p36, mutations, because I heard you mention or try to insinuate something about mutations a second ago. Mutations happen because of the sun. So why are your
mutations
people
happen
the
for
only
different,
people
lots of
undergoing
different reasons?
mutations? Can you answer that? Why are y'all
Who?
undergoing mutations?
Sorry, what you said? The only people going under mutations? Who are the only people going under
Yeah,
mutations?
y'all, everybody outside of so-called black people.
How do you know that?
Science,
What
by studying the
evidence?
mutations like hypertrichosis, 1p36 syndrome, 1q32, every single mutation that is connected to y'all's, or every single chromosome that y'all have is connected to a mutation. My people don't undergo mutations. We've
How do you
never
know that?
seen it because of medical evidence. What are you
Like
talking
what?
about?
Point me to any
Scientific.
evidence.
Look, get off my
Point me
panel
to
with that
any
shit,
medical.
man. You sound like a fucking crude or a screw, like a ogre. A fuck. You sound like a fucking witch or warlock. Like, what's up, man? They like running. Evolution. Can you prove to me how you're supposed to be on the planet? Can you prove to me that you're natural? That's what the conversation is about. Nigga talking about water. Can you prove that? Can you prove your existence to me? Because I can, starting with the atom. Starting with the atom, starting with the molecules, the tissues, and the cells. I can prove to you how I'm natural, not just to this planet, but to all of them, right? So hold on for a second. And Vimes, do not come up here over talking because I have another guest that wants to speak. Who is this? User, go ahead.
I think it's funny how you say no over talking, but you're the only one over talking.
Anyways, so Vimes, come off mute and tell me what explain your existence to me.
What do you mean? Explain my existence to
How did
me.
you get on the planet?
I'm made of atoms. What do you mean? How did I get on the planet? And you're the one making claims, and you're
Are you
not
a so-called
defending.
YT man?
Yeah.
You're not composed of atoms. You're composed of calcium ionospores.
Sorry, what's calcium made
Oh,
of?
sorry. Calcium ionospores. You're not composed of
What's
atoms.
calcium? What's calcium made of?
Bro, calcium.
Calcium's
What?
made of atoms, right? All substances are
Calcium
made of atoms.
ionospores, dummy. Don't fucking
Yeah, what's that
play.
made of?
Calcium ionospores, it is a unnatural, a man-made element. You don't come from atoms that vibrate at a
What are
specific
man-made
speed
elements
and
made of?
turn into
Do you
cells,
think
right?
man-made? Do you
Look,
think
I'm
man-made?
not I'm not doing the animalistic over talking. I
It's
know that
not
there's several
animalistic.
different animals and organisms that want to
You people.
speak through that one nucleus that you have, but you're gonna have to tame that shit, all right?
No, but you don't understand the things you're saying. That's the
Yeah, I
problem,
do.
right?
Can you explain to me how can you explain to me how a prokaryote engulfs another one to create your ass? Because that's never
Well,
been
that's
observed by
not
none of your
happens. That's not how
scientists.
creation happens.
Vimes, you do this shit all the time, bro. You gotta stop that shit, all
All the
right?
time. Like
You
I've
should
literally
have
gone
been
out.
able to come. You should have been able to come back. It's like your third time up here.
No, it's
So
my
if you
second.
can't still explain your existence, I'm finna get you out of here, man.
Oh my god, you've got nothing, have you?
Bro.
Like what atoms?
Skellies,
What are atoms? What are atoms?
you're just asking shit just to be asking it, bro. Either you can tell me how evolution is true, or you cannot. It's as simple as that. Atoms turn into molecules, which turn into tissues, which turn into cells. Even when we talk about the cells that we're composed of, all life on the planet breaks down to two cellular form types, prokaryotes and eukaryotes. You're a eukaryotic cell. all eukaryotic cells have introgress genes. They don't come through biogenetic processes. So when I say calcium ionospores, you need to understand what the ionospore and the creation and how that came about. You don't need to ask me and talk about what's calcium, what's ionospore, what's water, what's the sun, bitch? Why can't you take it? Like, stop coming in here with that shit, man. That's like your third time doing that. The sun is tapping y'all ass. Why? Can you explain that to me? Why is hundreds, thousands, millions of your people being wiped out by the sun each year? Especially since we've seen radiation become ground level in the last 11 years. Why can't none of your people synthesize as something as natural as the sun? But y'all are saying that y'all are one with nature. How? Nigga asking me about water. I share DNA with the water. Do you? Like, come on, man. Like, Vimes, it's no reason why you need to be requesting up time and time after again. Nigga talking about the sun is fake. Can you prove that, Sam? I would like to see your science behind the sun being fake. You see what I'm saying? Evolution is just basic cash, whatever, man. Y'all typing the wrong shit in the comments. Everybody that's saying it's dumb can just come up here and debunk me, right? If they can't handle the sun, they're not natural. Simple. Facts. As simple as that. You're saying it has been seen under a microscope. What? You know what I'm saying? So evolution is dumb because no scientists have ever seen one species turn into a completely different species. I've never seen a horse turn into a cat or a cat turn into a dog. I've never seen a so-called black woman give birth to a white woman. I've never seen a white woman give birth to a black woman. If we're the same species, why can't your women birth me? Why can't a YT woman right now create a so-called black woman? I mean, a so-called black woman. Why have we not seen that type of evolution? Why haven't we seen a Mexican give birth to a black woman fully neuromelanated? Why haven't we seen that? So you're saying that we're all the same species, but the scientists can't prove that. We've never observed haploids to turn into diploids or none of that. So, you know, let me see. Did you mean to come up? Vimes. I don't have a problem with you being up here, Vimes. We just can't do the over talking because nobody can hear us, right? Let's see, who is this? Henry, go ahead and tell me why you requested up.
Okay, so basically, evolution is like, so for example, we have black people, very strong pigmented people. So basically, over time, people try to adapt to that hot environment, and how they've done it is actually a pretty smart way. Evolution took over and actually gave them a more darker skin. That's the reason most black people don't get sunburn. And they can endure heat way more better and stronger endurance, stronger strength, and a lot more different boosts just because of that environment they had to adapt to.
So you started off by saying black people, what? And then you're saying that they had to adapt to become more black? What the fuck? Like, what are you talking about?
Okay, so basically, evolution is adapting, and evolution is just adapting to your environment and getting better and better and better. You know?
So then
That's
why
the whole
can't
part
y'all
of
take the
evolution.
sun? That's actually what I was asking your counterpart. If y'all are supposed to be the most survival or most fit to survive, why can't y'all take something as natural as the sun? Why does your air need to be conditioned for you to live? Why do you need sunblock? Why do you wear shades and hats if y'all are natural to a planet where the sun is shining and hitting all corners of the planet? So it doesn't matter if you're in the north or south, east or west, this is the same sun. Why can't y'all synthesize it?
That's because we adapted to many other things.
You couldn't
Because
have adapted. You couldn't have because you're still undergoing sunburn, acute body radiation, mutations, again, photocarcinogenesis, sun smancer. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, I can fully
Y'all
understand what
share.
you're saying, and
I
that's a
got
pretty
you.
good point.
I got
And
you.
I can fully understand your point. But my theory is probably that just over time we just adapted to many other things that probably took over some other things. So for example, we did have tails over millions of years ago, which just got torn, not torn off, but the evolution just took it away from us for a particular reason. We still have our tailbones and some teeth in our, like in our mouth doesn't even really fit in our mouth. That's why some people have to get it surgically removed, and some people don't even get born with it.
So y'all
Well,
are no, no, one
adaptation and
second,
evolution.
please, because we're speaking. I'll get to you in just a second. So the thing is that when it comes to the tails, y'all are still being born with tails. That never stopped. Y'all are still being born with hypertrichosis, congenital and lumbar. That never stopped. Y'all are still being born on all fours. None of our people have ever been seen on all fours with hypertrichosis, vestigial tails. We literally communicate through audible friction. Y'all don't. You need language because came out of the caves grunting. You came out of the caves unable to speak and reproduce due to sexual dimorphism and incomplete dominance. But I got you. I got you, Henry. I just want to introduce the next guest, but thank you for bringing up your points because I respect them. TCG Island, go ahead. Evolution is the biggest lie ever told. How do you feel about the prompt?
I agree with it. The person that was speaking before me was, that's what I can't stand is when people say adaptation and evolution are the same things, because a simple Google search will show you that they have inherent differences. You have trait differences that come across. Adaptation is a much different thing than evolution is. So you're to use those two terms and try to treat them as synonymous is an ignorant argument. You can't also to say and like you were just stating that people are born with tails. I don't know of any Homo erectus species that had tails. That's pretty positive. I'm willing to bet money on it that is not how Homo erectus, or even specifically Homo sapiens, have ever actually had tails. I mean, yeah, we have tail bones, but we never actually grew tails. That's
So
not
then why would you posit that so-called YT people share DNA with Neanderthals and Homo erectus?
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Okay,
a
so
proven
then,
fact that
y'all are being born with vestigial tails. It's associated with lumbar hypertrichosis.
well, this is
Hold on for a
yeah. No,
second.
I agree
I'm
with
in
you.
my 20s and I went to school with three boys who had to have their tails cut at birth, and so were their parents.
I
So,
mean,
and their grandparents. So,
I've never.
I've had people, first of all, your own counterpart in the same species as you literally just said out of his mouth that y'all are being born with tails. You can look up
Well,
vestigial
we are
tails
all part of the
and you
same
look. If you keep
species.
over talking me, I'm gonna get you out of here. It's as simple as that. All
Well,
right. You don't have to over talk me for us to have a conversation. All
all right,
right.
go ahead.
So the thing is that y'all are still being born with tails and having to actively have them cut.
If you
If
give
you
me
haven't
one
heard about that,
example of that,
if you haven't heard about that, you should just switch your app really quickly, type in a Google vestigial tail, and you're not going to see any neuromelanated, any so-called black people. You're going to see Dravidians and YT people. You're
well,
not going to see any BLK people. So if you've
let me
never heard of that, I would advise you to talk to your doctors because they're the ones cutting them. All right? They're the
so
ones that
we
got the
share.
tools for it. You worried about tails and Homo erectus and Neanderthals, but y'all share DNA with pigs, cats, dogs, celery, potatoes, bananas, fruit flies, you name it, horses. This isn't just about Neanderthals. Neanderthals have introgress genes between multiple species.
All Homo sapiens share 99.9% of the same DNA.
You're right. All Homo
So when
sapiens, all
you
humans, animal DNA,
correct.
animal man, human means animal man. None of our people have been genetically proven or it's not been biologically or
No,
genetically.
human
Look, thank
can't
you,
mean
thank
animal
you,
man
thank you,
because we're
thank you, thank you. All you had to do was not overtalk me. I don't have a problem with us having a conversation, but no one in the chat can hear us when you're over talking me and we're talking at the same time. So when you learn how to tame that animal DNA, feel free to request back up. All right, I don't have a problem with us talking, but you gotta have respect. F1 in the chat because I just got flagged for something. All right, so let's see who's next.
Hello,
Massimo, evolution is the
hello.
biggest lie ever told. How do you feel about the prompt?
Okay, God have a power for think we bear have 5 million of years, but is not.
Ciao. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear nothing that you were saying. All right, so Halliburton, go ahead and load in and tell us how you feel about evolution being the biggest lie ever told.
What is the lie that it was told about evolution?
You're gonna have to fix your mic. We can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You don't believe we came from monkeys, do you?
No, you share DNA with multiple organisms. It wouldn't just be monkeys.
Interesting, but I just don't see the concept of thinking we came from apes and
Mm-hmm.
just popped out. It's interesting though. So but I don't see a lie. I don't know.
Okay, so you're saying that it doesn't make sense, but you don't see how it's a lie?
I mean, some people believe that and some people don't. I don't know what I don't agree with us coming from apes and stuff like that.
Okay, so what do you agree with or what do you believe in?
Oh, I believe we're the children of Adam and Eve.
Oh, so you believe in religion? So I have a question. So Adam and Eve had children. And
Yeah,
so the children would have incestually had smacks with each. They're like, wait, what the fuck? They're siblings. So how would we all be related to Adam and Eve if they were siblings? Their children were siblings?
their children will be siblings.
Right. How
See,
were
that's
they
a
able to
good question.
procreate? Yeah, you feel me? Yeah.
I do agree, but the thing is, like the religion I believe, it doesn't say anything about like the kids having sex with each other. Honestly, I think all that.
How would
Like,
it have how would this have happened?
yeah,
You brought up
we
Adam and Eve. They had children. What? These are the only people on the planet who were. I got you. I'm gonna introduce the next guest here. 1 second. You stay up here. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Bible is not literal. It's allegorical.
I'm not
Genesis
Christian
is
though.
talking about. Yeah, I got you. But Adam and Eve is like is mentioned in the Christian Bible. In Genesis is referring to parthenogenesis. It's the allegory for that. The
Yeah, in the
darkness, the void is the womb. Let there be light is the zinc spark,
yeah,
right?
actually, in the Bible, it answers your question for you. Actually, it says like yes, kids from Adam and Eve did have a schmeck with each other.
Yep, it sure do talk about incest in that Bible. You read it. You say
No,
you're not
I've looked.
Christian.
I'm not Christian. Like so, I gotta look into what Islam says. I'm Muslim, so I gotta look what Islam says about that.
Okay, I got you. Finley, evolution is the biggest lie ever told. How do you feel about the prompt?
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, and what's your premise for agreeing?
Um, I mean, well, if you look at it like, so if we all came from apes, how do you explain different culture and ethnicity?
You said if we were the same species, how would we explain that?
Yeah, because everyone's like, they all got their own trait and different, like, yeah. I mean, how does they that like, well, they would have to, if we all came from one thing, we would all be the same thing.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's like,
Prokaryotes with all their
oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, go ahead. My bad.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, yeah. So how would they like prove that? Like, where does race come from if we all came from one thing? It's like like a certain like well, I'll use it for an example. A animal breed only stays like a pure breed until it's mixed, then it becomes off something else. But the other races aren't all mixed with other different races. Like we're all our own race.
Yeah, okay, so this isn't about race, it's about genetics. So when it comes to
But no,
race and
that's like
culture, when it comes to race and culture, those things are created by the same people we're talking about. A lot of the culture that like my people have adopted is merely cultivation. It's a byproduct of us being colonized and our resources being taken from us. When it comes to race, that's theoretical. Everybody and everything on this planet is operating out of its genetics, right? So what your biology and what your genetics is saying is who you are.
yes,
So I
I
understand your point. Yeah, I understand your point.
yeah. Well,
Can you not kick me out? I'm gonna look for something to actually ask you. Sorry for interrupting.
You finna look for something okay. Drea, did you mean to request up?
Oh no, I didn't.
No, it probably was an accident. I got you. So yeah, y'all. The thing is that race is a social construct, and it doesn't have anything to do with DNA. And when we look at our DNA between all so-called humans, we all stem from two different embryological origins, meaning that the cells in your body and the cells in my body don't come from the same origin, which means that there wouldn't have been a last universal or common ancestor, like how they try to say with Luca, or even Lucy, right? So that's the thing that we have to understand, is that we're not the same as these people, and we don't create them either. The so-called black woman does not create these other beings on the planet, because it comes down to the biochemical substance and the DNA. A neuromelanated woman, it's genetically impossible for her to create a in vitro synthetic neuromelanated or synthetic you or melanated organism. It is literally impossible for her to do so. So that's the thing.
well, I was gonna say like what um I can't read his name, but the guy who was talking about Adam and Eve. Yeah, like so that is like a story by the oh, I ain't trying to get your live flag. Like what would I just say? Like YT people. Like I don't like want to. Yeah, you said you got flagged earlier, so I'm not trying to get
Yeah,
your
the
live
flag
flag.
has been lifted. It's fine. What are you trying to say, Yakub, or what?
No, like those are stories by their people,
Mm-hmm.
and you know like it's just kind of like if someone is told something multiple times over generation, and then there's no one there to like have factual evidence, then it gets lost in history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
So
why you would.
he's kind of
Yeah, if you were to rely on history like how a lot of our people are, it's a waste of time and energy, because it's literally like in what is it, French, the word history translates to fairy tale. And all these love languages were created by them. So the thing is like history is whatever man wants you to believe. He creates the story and the narrative and its programming. But when we actually look at the genetics, the DNA, we don't all come from the same origin. No life, no organism on this planet. All life forms do not come from biogenetic processes. You're either here through spontaneous generation or through biogenesis. You either function like a prokaryote or a eukaryote, and that's for all life, microorganisms, plants, animals, insects, so-called humans. That goes across all taxonomies. It doesn't matter, right? So a prokaryotic organism, or the cell itself, is not just one big glob, right? It means that all of their genetic material is compact and efficient from one place. But when we look at YT people, when we look at so-called Asian people, everybody outside of us, they share DNA with multiple different animals, unnatural plants, unnatural insects, and microorganisms to make up their organization, the when it comes to like the organization of life, they're not composed even starting with atoms. And this is what I was trying to explain to the YT man earlier. Prokaryotes are made up of atoms. These other people, these other organisms are made up of calcium ionospores. He's talking about what is calcium. You don't have to ask me that. Like, you see what I'm saying? What you need to be asking, what is an ionospore? That's the question, right? So,
I recently seen an article where I think this was a year or so ago, but it was a YT man who underwent surgery, and they were able to give him a heart transplant by using a pig's heart, which was wild.
mhm. Yeah,
And yeah, it worked. I was like, wow.
So my question is, if you guys believe we came from apes, like, so how come they haven't changed and we did? Like, since we came from
No,
them.
we're not saying that we come from apes. We're not saying that we did.
I know we're saying we like basically we evolved from them, right?
no,
Well, is that's what you're saying?
yeah, y'all didn't evolve from apes. Like I was just telling the last boy, everybody outside of so-called black people, it was proved by a Harvard geneticist, where he stated that everybody outside of us shares up to 40% of DNA with Neanderthals. And that number has actually just been growing over the years. Like, we during that study, or different studies, it'll say 20%. Some will say 10%, 5%, up to 40% because of incomplete dominance. Y'all each have different variations of different organisms. So even when we're talking about Homo erectus, Homo neanderthalis, Homo habilis, Homo sapien, Homo sapien sapien, Homo, for it doesn't matter. All hominids, humanoid like species, literally
Yeah.
share DNA with multiple organisms to make up their being. So that's the reason why y'all are still being born with tails. That's the reason why y'all still have hypertrichosis, because y'all have, like, hypertrichosis is just the medical term for werewolf syndrome.
Wait, people are being born with tails?
Yes,
What people are these?
your
Specifically,
people.
YT people.
I'm not even white, but
It's not even
No,
just white
I
tea,
didn't
it's
say
the
your people.
Dravidians
I
too.
just said YT people.
wait,
It's
my
Asians
other
are being born with subcutaneous horns,
so are
and
you,
they
that would
typically
add to
develop the horns like throughout their lifetime. There's a popular story about a Asian lady. The older she got, the more her horns grew. They're called subcutaneous horns. So again, y'all share DNA with goats, sheep.
what?
Yeah, that's like widely known though. Like in the in vitro studies, they're using sheep's, goats, dogs, and cats. Uh, what else? Pigs, cows. Dr. Pablo Ross introgressed his DNA with a pig's.
No, I know,
Again,
like we have similar like body organs from pigs. If you actually look inside the pigs, there's a lot of similar things we have. They're the closest to us, I believe, to what a human anatomy is, right?
hold
Or was
on. Let
it?
me hold on for a second. Pedals talking about DM me. I'll send you photos of blacks with tails. I'd like to see you try, because every time y'all send me photos, it be Dravidians. It be Indians. It don't be so-called black people. Okay? Yeah, y'all be trying, but y'all don't really understand basic biology or genetics. So you don't know who the fuck is who. You see dark skin and you think that that's us. But I keep telling you that y'all have in vitro eumelanin, which is the so-called brown or dark substance. It's just not neuromelanin, which is what we have. So y'all are always talking about the tails, but show me at all mutations. Fuck the tails. Show me a neuromelanated person with congenital hypertrichosis, please.
May I ask you a question, Sky?
Yeah.
Do you have any allergies or allergic to anything?
Not anymore.
Explain.
I used to suffer from in a chronic issue called urticaria. And basically, because I was eating against my genetics, anytime I used to eat synthetic sugars, meats, different things, I used to break out in hives all over my body. And when I went to the doctor told me that it was because of something that was in my environment, something that I was eating, and it would come down to it being idiopathic, which means that the doctors are unable to pinpoint what it is. It could be something as acute as an ingredient within like a food. So what I did, I've been alkaline vegan for like 4 years, and I haven't had that problem. Really, when I just stopped eating as much fast food and synthetic sugars, that problem went away from me. But I would still feel the onset sometimes until I completely cut out meat and synthetic sugars because that goes against our anatomy for our people. Y'all need it because you actually need blood from other organisms to naturally function. And this is why in nature, when they talk about symbiotic relationships, they do mention parasitism because parasites need genetic material or blood from other organisms in order to have children. And that's what y'all are doing. Mosquitoes, they need blood from other organisms in order to have children. They're parasites, right? So we've never seen any of these people outside of us to have a symbiotic, a mutual, or even a commensalistic relationship with nature, with prokaryotes. You know what I'm saying? So that's the
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, it's a lot of processed food. Like America and the it's all about the dollar for like the majority of the YT people right here. So a lot of the foods are, you know, packed with preservatives, and they spray GMOs on the vegetation, and you know when they garden to make the you know vegetables and stuff grow to a abnormal size so they can get a little more of the dollar on the pound. And they care about currency and money to where like they forget to like there's no compassion for human life. Like they don't realize like children are eating this, and down the line it will cause them like, you know, to have health defects and whatnot.
Yeah, let me address some of the comments for a second. Let me see. You're talking about, so Raymond Reed, you've been in here for a while disagreeing with me. Would you like to come up instead of just being a keyboard warrior? Because the only reason why we can procreate with y'all is because of introgression. When we first came in contact with y'all, y'all were wiping us out, 2 continents alone plus others, due to toxic seminal fluids. If we were the same species, that would have never happened. All venereal diseases are connected to y'all's DNA. So you got to think 4,000 global years of grape is what adds antigens to the red blood cells. And so y'all are not procreating with us. You're procreating with antigens. All right. And this is the reason why they actually had to create the Rogam shot in the 60s, because we were if the mother was YT and the father was BLK, she was looking at her own fetus as a foreign entity to her body, and her cells began to attack it and unalive it. So you're saying that we're the same species because we can procreate today, but what's taking place on a biological level, right? Because elephants, lions, butterflies, bees, prokaryotes in nature, when they procreate, ischemia is not invoked on a cellular level. Zoonotic and hemolytic diseases are not invoked on a cellular level because they're the same fucking species. So every time a BLK woman or man is procreating with these other people, even when it's something as simple as SMEX, she or he is taking the nutrition out of your bones. Ischemia, zoonotic diseases, hemolytic disease, hemolytic transfer. All right, that doesn't happen between two BLK people. But if two YT people, two Mexicans, two Asians, two whatever, y'all will invoke these same processes with y'all selves due to incomplete dominance, because again, you're not 100% of anything. Like what the fuck is an Asian or a YT? What the fuck are these things? Because they're not telling me nothing about the DNA. But when we look at the DNA, Y'all are a genetic abomination. And I'm not the one saying that. The scientists that look like you, what's your name? Raymond Reed. The scientists that look just like you are saying that your genetics is an abomination to this planet. So when you know what I'm saying, gain some confidence to come up and actually have a real fucking discussion with me, then we can hash this out. But as long as you type it in the comments, you know what I'm saying, you'll be talking to yourself because that's my last time addressing you. All right? So, Petals, you have free will, but some just here to argue. I'm not arguing with anybody. You're in the comments arguing with me. Who's next? Robin, I sent you an invite. You can come up if you agree with what you're saying. Somebody said, wow, I'm glad she clarified that. Yup, facts. You see what I'm saying? YT people can catch lice. These people have a parasite known as hair worms. That's the length of their hair. You can literally see a strand of hair and it could be a worm. All right, nematodes, tapeworms, Toxoplasma gondii, everything. These people, I wouldn't be breathing around them. Their microbiome is not good for yours. I wouldn't be working with these people. I wouldn't be in the same house as these people. I wouldn't be communing with these people in no way, shape, form, or fashion, because they're the ones that's spreading these fucking diseases. Respectfully, all right, respectfully. I'm just saying it with respect. But yeah, they said lice sticks to them. Yep, and it reproduces on their scalps, right? Let's see. Rain makes them smell like dogs. 5280. You right about that. What you're smelling is sulfur and ammonia. Smelling the inside of their DNA. This shit nasty, because the lipids are responsible for, you know what I'm saying, sending out information in and out of the cell. And because these people naturally produce animal proteins and enzymes, you smelling it. Ugh, you smelling their DNA is nasty, right? Made in a lab. Somebody said Kendrick Lamar said the same thing. Damn, what he say? All right. So, Finn, I just needed to address the comments really fast. What was you saying to me?
Oh, well, I mean, I was just gonna ask, like, what your outlook or your stance was on the topic. Like, what do you if like what's your say?
Yeah, evolution is the biggest lie ever told, posted on the screen. And the reason why it is a lie is because the origin of the eukaryotic cell is genetic engineering. You see what I'm saying? Introgression. So y'all have a creator, which was depicted in the hardest stone known to man, in the Sumerian text. Excuse me, there's an entity that is splicing up different organisms. So, like the boy said in here earlier with religion, the story of Noah's Ark, the rounding up of two animals, is talking about the splicing of DNA, needing two male and female of every single animal, insect on the planet. When we look at what all the organisms on this planet, there had to have been 200,000 to 400,000 years worth of splicing that took place. And this is why you can see like broccoli, kale, collard greens. These things have been on the planet for a long time because genetic engineering has been taking place for that long, right? These things, the cruciferous vegetables, are all man-made, but which man would have made it? Because these people just started dabbling into this science like yesterday, right? So when you do talk to the genetic engineers and the synthetic biologists, the evolutionary biologists, the people that study evolution and things like that, they will tell you flat out in these documentaries and in the books that they publish that someone or whatever the fuck, somebody had to have extraterrestrial help. Even with the Montauk experiment, they're even telling you with that they had extraterrestrial help, because the so-called human brain is not advanced enough to be able to dabble in a tech like that, right? Even when we see things like robotic skulls were being tampered with in the 9th century. Well, the public masses of YT people wasn't even understanding arithmetic and science like that. So if you look throughout history, there's always a small group of people that are tampering in advanced tech, but the masses are not. And this is what we're seeing with these people being in suits. Um, These people, you know what I'm saying? What was I finna say? Like the Rockefellers, the black nobility group, these people that are in these suits, the elites, right? These are the ones that are responsible for tampering in that type of technology. It's not your YT people at the grocery store working at the front desk. They're different.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Like I know, like yeah, I'm not trying to bring like people's beliefs into this, but I mean, I just wanted to ask you like what is where do people come from, if you don't mind me asking? If I mean, what your like yeah, what your beliefs are.
When it comes to YT people, it's just like I said, genetic engineering and introgression. That's where y'all come from.
And that's where the whites come from, right?
YT,
I
so-called
mean,
Asian,
YT. Sorry,
everybody
yeah.
outside of us comes from that origin.
Okay, okay. I was just like yeah, and like just like I don't like to like why I enjoy having debates and hearing people's kind of theories or factual stuff, especially. But if you don't mind me asking, like, what is your race?
Hmm? My so-called race is BOK. You can't hear the magnetism in my voice. You don't see the profile.
Well, I mean, I just don't like to judge a book by its cover. Is basically what I'm trying to
Oh yeah. I'm a
like. I
fully
don't like to assume
neuromelanated
stuff.
woman. My mother, my grandmother, my great grandmother, my great 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 grandmother is all BOK.
Okay, so you originate like the origin story of your people are from Africa.
No, my origin is literally cosmos, atoms, subatomic particles that vibrate at a speed, which turn into molecules that turn into tissues that form my cells. All of that is done through again like cymatics, right? So that is what we call the biogenetic process, right? Biogenetic processes, where I was, before everybody got in here, I was reading page 12 of Why Darkness Matters, which is written by 4 BLK neuroscientists. And it literally says, one of the scientists, her name is N.C. Brown, picks up the story by acknowledging that these pigmented organic biopolymers are found not only in the brain, but also in the biosphere, atmosphere, lithosphere, and the cosmos itself. Neuromelanin in certain branches of science is also known as cosmic melanin or cosmomelanin because neuromelanin is dark matter energy. The DEA, the deoxyetheric acid, is the neuromelanin. It's the only biochemical substance or polymer that can condense sunlight and is also condensed sunlight in its composition.
Okay, yeah, I did not know that, so I appreciate the education on that.
Facts. Let me see. I don't know if this person meant to come up or if it was by accident. Natasha, did you mean to come up? Natasha, did you mean to come up? Probably not. I know people accidentally click that button, so
Okay, but yeah, I am. Oh wait, hold on. Wait, can you hear me? It said I got disconnected.
yeah, you're still up here.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah. Well, I'm actually Native American,
Mm.
and yeah, like I don't have any. I'm not allergic to anything. I don't have any allergies. I don't wear like sunblock, like or do all that. Like, yeah. I mean, we grow our hair out and we have like a really strong connection to earth, and that's why we wore like moccasins and whatnot, because we would. But like shoes nowadays, they have a rubber sole, and the rubber cuts off the connection, like connection from the earth. So that's why a lot of people, they look at it as comfort. But like yeah, we would like walk barefoot to get a greater connection from Mother Earth.
Okay, my bad. I had switched the app for a second. I heard you say that you were Native American. The only problem with that is that across the globe, like the entire planet was our people were here first. So everybody outside of our people, like I hear what you're saying, you might have a little bit more of the in vitro synthetic melanin, but it's not neuromelanin, so you don't share you know what I'm saying, biology or genetics with any place on this planet. So not wearing sunblock and sunglasses has nothing to really do with your cells and the origin of them and your connection to the universe, right? So when y'all are saying that y'all are connected, well, doing rituals doesn't genetically and biologically bind you with the universe. I'm pretty sure when you ground, because when we ground, it sends out distress signals to our mother. That's the reason why it's an instant nervous system regulator for us. But when y'all try to connect, she doesn't know y'all. She doesn't read that. It's very confusing to her energy, which is the reason why you see weather anomalies. This is the reason why you see an uproar, because y'all are not connected to the planet.
Well, what about Buddhist monks? They believe in Buddha.
All of them, all of y'all. It doesn't matter if they don't stem from the same embryological origin as us. They wouldn't be the same as us.
So, like, we never met BLAK people till they came over here.
You're saying that you didn't meet BL? Yeah, we were here first, and then y'all drove us out with diseases, and then came back with GUNs.
No, we never had guns. We
All right,
like,
I gotta do F1 in the chat, and they might possibly, what I'm saying, flag. I already have a restriction for that or for something. I need F1s for that GUN word. They're not native to Siberia because they're not. Siberia was originally black, so they wouldn't share biology or DNA with nowhere on the planet. Let's see. House of Flavor. What's the reason why you requested up?
I apologize, sis. I'm gonna stay in the comments.
Oh, no problem. I got you. Let's see. I don't know. C-Mac, it might be a accident for him too. Yep, cause wait. C-Mac, did you mean to come up?
No,
Okay.
my bad.
Let me see. Okay, I can disconnect. That bottom box is hard for me to disconnect people from. But yeah, y'all, these people are not, they're just not natural, man. And I'm not saying that to piss y'all off. It's just the fact that we're being grouped together and that's not true. That's keeping our people in the dark. That's us lying to our children, and that's lying to y'all kids, and that's lying to y'all. Like I said, Raymond Reed been in here the whole live. Let me see. I've been live for 54 minutes strong, and he's been in here for a good grip of those 54 minutes. You see what I'm saying? You could have had an intellectual discussion with me, like your counterpart up here on the panel, but you decided to just do the shit that you're doing in the comments. That's gene expression. Y'all want to fight to be a part of this planet so fucking bad, but when it comes to shit like this, y'all want to be us until it's time to stand in the sun. You see what I'm
oh, I
saying? Until it's time to stand in the sun, then you see what I'm saying? Y'all want to be us. Y'all want to talk like us. Y'all want to act like us. Y'all want to be the same as us. Y'all want to come from us. Y'all want to commune with us until it's time for us to stand in the sun. So that's my premise, y'all. You see what I'm saying? I don't really have anything else. You know what I'm saying? Facts. We outside. I'm not really going back and forth with y'all on the app. But I will tell y'all to come meet me outside though. I will tell y'all that. So You've been in here for 55 minutes, and then we were in the last live for like a couple hours. So I'm gonna go ahead, head out. Gratitude and abundance for everybody pulling up.